AITAH for refusing to drive if my wife is in the car. For years after we got married, I could never figure out why I would be so angry and moody anytime my wife and I went somewhere. Then it finally clicked. I was only in a bad mood if I drove with my wife. My wife is the absolute worst backseat driver I have ever seen. Doesn't matter how I drive, she still finds things to complain about. Why did you go this way? If you would have went that way, we would be there by now. You're driving too fast, you're driving too slow. You could have made that light unfucking green. That light was red and you blew through it. Can you brake any harder, idiot? There were 17 great parking spots and you had to choose parking spot 18, which is the absolute worst. You turned your blinker on too late, you turned your blinker on too early. Why are you accelerating so slowly? Whoa, was it necessary to accelerate that quickly? Etc. So for the past couple of years, I have refused to drive. I now make her do all the driving, and lo and behold, I'm no longer a grumpy person when we travel. He has now gotten upset that she now is always driving and told me I needed to at least split driving 50/50 with her. I told her if she could keep her opinions to herself while I was driving, then I would. She agreed, so last weekend I started driving. She couldn't even last 3 minutes without criticizing my driving. I pulled over and told her I'm done. Either she takes over driving or we're going home. She eventually took the wheel. As she muttered that I drive like a moron, even though there's only one of us who has any tickets and has at-fault accidents on their record, and it's not me. So AITAH for refusing to drive if she's present. Comment. She's calling you an idiot and a moron. It sounds like you came up with a perfectly reasonable solution. She can't complain about your driving and force you to drive and call you names. That's not okay. I think you did the right thing and you're NTA. Another user said, NTA, I have a tendency to be a backseat driver to my partner, but not nearly to this extent. If he wanted to drive separately and told me the reason was because of how I treat him, it would only make me reflect on how I'm treating him. You need to have a serious sit-down conversation with her, outside of the car, and if she doesn't get it, then I wouldn't drive with her. New comment. I'd never be able to handle my partner ever calling me an idiot or a moron in almost any context. Possibly if I cheated or did something so terrible that he couldn't be expected to play within the bounds of reason. Next comment. NTA, have you two talked about not putting each other down and not belittling each other? I would never be with someone that called me an idiot. One user replied, NTA, and your wife needs some therapy or anger management, sheesh.